Hello there, and welcome to this FIFA World Cup 2018 in Russia simulation on FIFA. I will be simulating every game in the tournament, like you can see them here. And then we will see who will be winning the World Cup. The first game is Russia against Saudi Arabia, and it will end up with a 2-1 Russia victory. Then we will see the group here. This animation, I like this animation. I am currently playing the entire World Cup with every game. Another one, just to see how I would win, how I would get the World Cup to win. But let's see, Egypt versus Uruguay. It ends in a draw with 2-2. Mo Salah scored. Cavani, Rodriguez, Trezeguet. Interesting. So they get 1 point each in the group, and this will go on and on. Our next match is Morocco against Iran, and all these group matches really just De Xhaka. Remember him? He played for some Premier League club at some time. He scored here 1-0 to Iran, so they will go at top of the group for the first and only time, I think. Maybe they will be at the top after this game too, if it's in a draw. Then they can enjoy that until they meet Spain and Portugal. It ends with no goals, and Ramos got injured. Not the best thing for Spain. Let's see, we have France against Australia. What will that be for a match? And it ends with a 3-0 victory to France. 3 goals, a hat-trick from Griezmann. 2 penalty goals. That was a little easy for them. And the next match is a big one for me. Oh, it's not the next one. The next one is Argentina against Iceland. So let's check that first. And it ends in a 0-0 draw. That's a pretty good pull for Iceland. The next match we get is Peru versus Denmark. And I am, of course, from Denmark. I'm sorry about the Danish layout. That's how it is. And it ends in a draw. Lord Bentner scored, but Cueva scored in the 90th minute to end a draw. So, not the best start for my country, Denmark. Who, of course, has Australia in the next match. Then we have Croatia against Nigeria. Let's see what that match will get. 4-1 victory to Croatia. A hat-trick from Rakitic and 1 goal from Kramaric. I got like Croatia and Argentina as my favorites to go out of this group, even though Nigeria can do something, I think, in the group. Costa Rica versus Serbia. And it ends in a 0-0 draw. They've got a lot of draws up till now. The next match is, of course, I think that's Germany against Mexico. So let's just take that first. 2-1 victory to Germany. Özil and Timo Werner scored the goals. So that's a victory for Germany. And now we got one of the favorites to win the tournament, Brazil against Switzerland. And it ends in a draw, 1-1. That is interesting. Yeah, all 4 teams on 1 point after the first 2 games in that group. And we got Sweden against Korea. Although those Korean names are so weird. 3-0 victory to Sweden. That was also a good victory for them. Then we got Belgium against Panama. And what will Belgium win 4-0? I expected them to win a hat-trick from Dries Mertens. And then I think it was Thomas Meunier who scored the last goal. Interesting development. Tunisia against England. And here Tunisia wins 2-0. Oh, not good for England. Not good for England at all. Now they have to win against Panama and Belgium pretty much to go through. Colombia against Japan. And what will this game get? A 2-1 victory to Colombia. Cardona and Radamel Falcao scored the goals. And then I think the last game of the group stages will be Poland against Senegal. the last game of the first round, of course, and that game ends in a 2-1 victory to Poland. So yeah, we will continue on simulating while I'll talk about this. Actually, Russia against Egypt here. Actually, let me know. Egypt won 1-0. Let me know who you think is going to win the World Cup. I think it will be either Germany or Brazil. Maybe France. Many people say France are favorites to win it. I think it will be Germany or Brazil. It's a 3-1 victory to Portugal or Morocco. That's just me. I also have done. I think I will put that up on Instagram at some point. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, go do that. Uruguay versus Saudi Arabia, 2-1 victory to Uruguay. I'll put up my early Premier League predictions for the next season. Now that we know which teams went up, we need to mix up. That was, of course, Ramos who got injured, and Iran win 2-1 over Spain. This is an interesting development. Right now, Spain is on the way out of the tournament. Denmark against Australia, big game for me here. To see if my Denmark can do something. 3-1 victory over Australia, but Andreas Christensen gets injured. But 2 goals of Christian Eriksen, 1 of Nikolaj Jørgensen. Amazing victory. 3 very important points here. And France versus Peru, and this is where I really hope France will win. 2-0 victory to France. Great. That means that Peru is at a much worse goal difference than Denmark, so I like that a lot. Argentina win 2-1 over Croatia, and that means that they will jump up on top of this group. And the next match is Brazil versus Costa Rica. And let's see, 3-0 victory to Brazil over Costa Rica, like I would have imagined it. I would imagine it would be in the tournament as well. A big victory for Brazil there. Now we got Nigeria against Iceland, which ends in a 2-1 victory to Iceland. So my talk about Nigeria possibly going through is not happening. If Iceland goes through instead of Croatia, that would be an upset in the real World Cup, I think. Serbia against Switzerland, it's a 2-1 victory to Serbia, and that means they go up on the same amount of points as Brazil. Next game is Belgium versus Tunisia, and we got a 3-0 victory to Belgium. Carrasco scored but also got injured, and Eden Hazard and De Bruyne too, the big stars of that team. I mean, now we got something interesting because we got that England situation coming up. But first, South Korea against Mexico will end in a 1-1 draw. What does that mean for their group? Oh, that's not good for them, because now Sweden and Germany are really the favorites to go through. From this group, Germany against Sweden will end in a 2-0 Germany win, 2 goals from Timo Werner. Like I would imagine it will end 2, but now Sweden has, I think, Mexico left, and that will be. But now, England against Panama, and it ends on 1-1. Oh God, that means that England are in very, very, very big trouble to actually go out of the World Cup at the group stages. That would be terrible. Japan against Senegal will end in a 3-1 Japan victory, and that will mean that Senegal is probably out of the they are out of the tournament now. Now we got Poland against Colombia, who will they both be on the top against Poland win 3-0. Milik scores a hat-trick. Interesting again. So they go on top on this group, and Senegal are definitely out. Saudi Arabia against Egypt. Let's just make that substitution that needed to be done. Let's see what this game will be. 1-1 between Saudi Arabia and Egypt, and that means that if Russia wins over Uruguay, Uruguay will go out. I think Egypt is through with that victory. And with that point, here Uruguay wins 1-0 over Russia. So in the first group, it will be Uruguay and Egypt going through. The host nation, Russia, will go out. Spain versus Morocco. And Spain are in big trouble in this tournament. They win 4-0 over Morocco. That bumps them up ahead of Portugal, who has I think actually they're going out. Unless Iran makes it really upset and wins over Portugal in this game. Which they do! That means that Iran win all 3 group games. And Portugal go out. I don't think this is going to happen in the real live tournament. No fucking way is that happening. Now it's Denmark against France. And what can happen in this game? It's a 2-2 draw. I like that a lot. That's my nation, Denmark, and that means that Denmark will go through to the next round. And actually, I think they will play Iran, which is pretty exciting for me but they have been pretty good. Peru wins 2-1 over Australia. That means that that Australia not get a single point, and that means what did just happen there? Okay, I don't know. Let's see, Iceland against Croatia. What will this game bring? It will bring a 2-1 victory to Croatia. And that means they move up ahead of Iceland, and then Argentina are through. Nigeria versus Argentina. 3-2 victory to Argentina, and that means Nigeria doesn't get any points, and Argentina wins the group 1 point ahead of Croatia. South Korea versus Germany. What will this game bring? It's a 1-1 draw, which means Germany pops up on 7 points and wins the group. And Mexico against Sweden is this group final. If Mexico wins, they go on 4 points and knock Sweden out. And they do. So Mexico will go through instead of Sweden on 4 points here. And Sweden only end on 3 points and go out. Serbia against Brazil. What will this game bring? It will bring a 1-1 draw, which means that Brazil are through. And the same as Serbia. They just decided the group between them by ending a draw. Now it doesn't matter what the game between Switzerland and Costa Rica is. It's a 2-1 victory to Switzerland, but they will go up to 4 points, and that means that they will still go out. Japan versus Poland. Let's see what that will be. It's a 2-1 victory to Japan over Poland, and that means that they possibly will go through. Oh, this is actually interesting. This will go down to the goal difference if Colombia wins over Senegal, which they don't. Senegal wins 2-1, and then it doesn't matter. Colombia will go out, and it will be Poland and Japan going through. Interesting. This is still a group game between England and Belgium, and it ends in a 2-1 victory to Belgium, and that means that England will be going out of the World Cup at the group stage, and Tunisia will probably, if Panama wins this game and go through from the group stage, this game is weird as hell. Tunisia win 1-0 and they go through with Belgium on top. And that means, if we will take it here, that the last 16 matches is Uruguay against Spain, it's France against Croatia, it's Brazil against Mexico, it's Belgium versus Japan, it's Iran versus Egypt, it's Argentina versus Denmark, it's Germany versus Serbia, and it's Poland versus Tunisia. That right hand side looks so weird. So weird. But let's see. In the last 16... Oh, we're not playing it. Last 16 game between France and Croatia will end in a 2-1 victory to Croatia. So France, who many people has as favorites to go win the World Cup, they will be knocked out in the last 16, and Croatia will go through. And now we have Uruguay against Spain. Spain, who went on in the tournament, but just did that. They went 2-0 over Uruguay, so back on track for Spain. They will play Croatia in the quarterfinals. Then we got Iran versus Egypt. This is a game I never thought would happen in a million years, and Iran win on penalties, and they will go through to the quarterfinals. I am so impressed right now, and they will play the Argentina or Denmark, and my Danish heart really hopes that Denmark will beat Argentina, but I think, yes, Argentina, 2 goals from Higuain. Christian Eriksen scored on penalty, but Argentina will go through, and Denmark are knocked out at this stage, which I can live with as a Dane. I would like us to go through go through from the group, but after that, it's anyone's game. And Brazil went 1-0 over Mexico. Gabriel Jesus scored the goal, and they will play either Belgium or Japan in the quarterfinals. I think it will be Belgium. That's an injury. Just get that out of the way. And Belgium went 2-0 over Japan, and will face off against Brazil in the quarterfinal. The last quarterfinal we have to be deciding now. First, Germany against Serbia. What will that game bring? 4-1 victory to Germany. 2 goals from Draxler, 2 goals from Timo Werner. Let's just skip this. Get to the Poland-Tunisia game. Tunisia went through. No surprise for me. Poland went 3-0. And that means we have the last quarterfinal, which will be Germany against Poland. So it's Spain against Croatia, Brazil against Belgium. Let's get back here to this. Iran against Argentina, and Germany against Poland. This is an interesting World Cup right now. And the first game, Spain versus Croatia. Let's see what is in store for us for this game. It is a 2-1 victory to Croatia. Kovacic, the Real Madrid player, knocks out Spain from the tournament, and Croatia goes to the semis like they did in '98. That's 20 years ago. They went to the semis too back then, where France knocked them out. Brazil went 3-2 over Belgium. It is a Giuliano goal in extra time, that threw out Belgium from the tournament. And now we got Germany against Poland in this quarterfinal, and it is Germany who win 3-1 over Poland. And last but not least, we have the weird game, Iran versus Argentina. Can Iran knock out another team from this tournament? No, they will lose 2-1 to Argentina. So the semi-finals will be Croatia versus Brazil and Argentina versus Germany. So we get a what do you call it? A rematch of last World Cup's final against Argentina and Germany, but this time in the semi-final. So let's see. First game here, Croatia versus Brazil. Who will go to the final? It will be Croatia. They win 2-1 over Brazil. Rakitic with an 84th minute goal sends Croatia to the World Cup final, and they will face off against either Argentina or Germany, and that team will be Germany, who win 2-1 over Argentina this time. So Germany in the World Cup final again against Croatia. This is mental. And let's a nice bronze game we get between Brazil and Argentina. Rivals they are. Who will get the bronze? It will be Argentina with a 2-1 victory with Di Maria in extra time. So Argentina will get the third place. But now to the final, which I will let run through so we can follow it on the screen. What will happen between Croatia and Germany in the FIFA World Cup 2018 final. Nothing's happened yet. We're like about half an hour into the game, and Perisic scored for Croatia to make it 1-0. Oh my god, if Croatia wins the World Cup, that would be Özil equalizes with a goal here. What will happen in the remainder of the match? Will it go to extra time between Croatia and Germany? I think it will. It will. We're in extra time now. What will happen? We're still 1-1. Oh, this is a nail biter. And Timo Werner scores a goal, and Germany wins the World Cup. Again, back-to-back World Cup champions, Germany. So yes, that was it for the World Cup. Timo Werner wins the player of the tournament. I think it is, or is it the Golden Ball? Oh, it's not. It's the player of the tournament because Higuain wins the Golden Ball for most scored goals, and Germany are world champions. Interesting. Let's see here the top scoring list. Timo Werner, as I said, he scored 8 goals. Griezmann scored 6, and they got knocked out in the last 16. Yes, and then we got assists were Özil, Perisic, Müller, and Gabriel Jesus all on 4. Clean sheets, Courtois and De Gea both on 3. Yellow cards, 3 yellow cards to Marcelo and Marquinhos, and Kimmich, and SP, Rudiger, and Mohammadi from Iran was the only 3 players to get a red card in the tournament. But that was the FIFA World Cup 2018 simulation. Germany will win, and Croatia will be second, and Argentina third. If that happens, that is awesome. That would be a crazy tournament. The fact that Iran got to the quarterfinals, I still don't believe that. Why did Denmark face off against Argentina? Did Denmark actually win the group because of the results? I need to find out. Let's see. Group. No. Shouldn't they? Oh, they should face number 1, of course, and Argentina became number 1 in that group. Yes. And because of Iran number 1 here, they should meet Egypt. If Denmark become number 1 and Iran number 2, it would have been that way. Yeah. All right. My mistake. Well. Thank you guys for watching. I don't know when I will see you again. Check out the Instagram in the description for the page I will put up of my early predictions of the Premier League season. And yes, I will see you on the flip side.